my chest, let the star glow. Bugs got the podcast, speakers on blast. Talking about the game, every moment gon' last. Snaps in the back, bass hitting low. Crowd in the stands, watch the energy grow. Cowboys nation, ride or die crew. If you doubt the star, we coming for you. Told you so. Yeah, I told you so. When them Cowboys win, everybody know. I told you so. I told you so. From Ruston to Dallas, let the fire blow.
My. Boy, how do tables turn fast. And the couch has gotten crowded. Oh, it's plenty enough room for 2 more teams to sit down. But recently, the 49ers took a seat on the couch. The Buffalo Bills took a seat on the couch. You know, so many people talked about my Cowboys. Yeah, we got on the couch, but we were just warming it up to let these other jive turkeys make their way onto the couch. Yeah, we got to watch the rest of the playoffs from the couch. Yeah, now we're serving hors d'oeuvres from the couch. But the thing about it is, you talked about my Cowboys, and yet alone, most of you team affiliations are on the couch. Not to mention, I saw people compare a Dak Prescott to a C.J. Stroud. Since Stroud was the best quarterback in Texas, Stroud, your ass is over here on the couch. You even said the Buffalo quarterback was better than Dak Prescott. Allen got his ass over here on the couch. Not to mention Lamar Jackson. Do y'all remember this? Oh, I got receipts after receipt. Lamar, his ass is on the couch. Joe Burrow. Y'all talked about my quarterback, Dak Prescott. But guess who's sitting next to Dak? Joe Burrow. Oh, not to mention Pat Mahomes. Not to mention Jalen Hurts. But you guys mentioned these people above my quarterback and said that they were better. But I looked to my left, and all of y'all on the couch with me, watching the playoffs. I told you when the season started, Wayman, it wasn't the same Philadelphia Eagles as before. You know, we gave hope to the 49er nation. Bang, bang. Pew, pew. You at home on the couch. Even the Green Bay Packers were granted Michael Parsons. Yet alone, they released Trayvon Diggs. Trash. You got Michael Parsons. And yet alone, you sitting at home with me on the couch. But you said even Love was better than Dak Prescott. Love is on the couch. Even the Bear Nation, bear down. He thought Caleb Williams was better than Dak Prescott. Guess where he's at? On the couch. And moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the couch is getting full. And not only are the Cowboys on it, 80% of the teams, which are you guys as fans, are on it too. You know, but let's stop the comparisons of the Dak Prescotts to the Strouds. Stop the comparisons of the Dak Prescotts to Josh Allen. Stop the comparisons of Dak to Lamar Jackson, because they're all sitting at home on the couch. You know, and the thing about it is, at the beginning of the season, you guys kept talking about the Cowboys saying, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. But how many of you guys had the same thought in y'all mind when you made the playoffs? But yet alone, you're going to watch the Super Bowl from the couch. The couch gets crowded this time of year. You need elbow room. But we don't have to think about that on the couch. We have to think about signing the most valuable player in the offseason for the Cowboys. You guys may think it's George Pickens Jr. Not so fast, my friend. It happens to be the most consistent Cowboy over the last 3 years who has the leg of steel, Mr. Brandon Aubrey. He is the most significant figure that the Cowboys have to sign. I know we want Pickens, but guess what? Talk too much Pickens with your agent, we're going to slap that franchise tag on you. You guys keep forgetting we have the franchise tag available, and why not put it on Pickens? Just to quiet the rumors, quiet the murmur, quiet the noise, so we can focus on bettering the team's culture, getting you to understand if you are committed to Jerry Wayne Jones Sr., he is going to pay you. So let's hush the talk about Pickens. He's not the main ingredient. It's Brandon Aubrey. Facts. Who got the Cowboys back into the game against the Green Bay Packers? Aubrey. Who kept the Cowboys in the game against the Kansas City Chiefs? Aubrey. Who kept the Cowboys in the game against the Philadelphia Eagles when they played at Arlington? Aubrey. Pay him, Jerry. He's the most valuable piece in the free agent pool or possible. He may be a restricted free agent, but he needs to get paid. In other words, he can hold out. Let's stop all the controversy, because one way or another, Jerry has to orchestrate a story in the offseason. Jerry, let's nip this one in the bud. Sign Aubrey. Franchise Pickens. That's just to quiet the media. Give Javonte Williams this extension. And also sign the most valuable defensive player that we had this year, who played no preseason game, who had no training camp. Yes, indeed, Mr. Jadeveon Clowney. We got to ink Clowney back as a Cowboy. We can't let that one walk out the door. Yes, we got Ezra coming along, but Ezra needs a tutor. And what better yet to have Jadeveon Clowney still on the roster, using him for what we need him for, not only for his mind of the game, his tutelage of the game, but also whatever left he got in the tank, the Cowboys can use it right now. That's the thing about it. And again, franchising Pickens is not so bad. We got money in the salary cap. Don't let the media fool you to where they're thinking that the Cowboys don't have money to sign this person, that person. We have enough money to sign a plethora of players. But it's how Will McClay does the financial bookings for the Cowboys that makes all of this possible. So keep in mind, guys, the key component in the offseason is signing Brandon Aubrey. You can argue with your pastor, but talk to him on Sunday morning. He's going to tell you the same thing. Who else going to kick the extra points? Who else going to boom the 60-yard field goals? Who else gives us a chance in a game when the offenses are mustering points? The defense may be lacking on their end. Aubrey has been the most consistent Cowboy over the last 3 years. Yes, above my quarterback. It's Aubrey. And then we have to take our attention to the defensive side of the ball. Yeah, I wanted Flores, but Flores is possibly up for the Baltimore Ravens job, or maybe another head coaching job. Well, we have Gannon, who also was the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Then we turn to Orr, who was also the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. And then we also can look at Leonard, who is the passing coordinator for the Denver Broncos, who's still currently in the playoffs. Is that where we're waiting for, Jerry? Or are you going to take a look at Jones from the Vikings instead of Flores? Now, why wouldn't Flores take Jones with him wherever he gets a position? But that's not upgrading, that's a transfer. We will be making Jones a defensive coordinator. But I don't even see a strong push there. The thing about it is, you have to be able to get a defensive coordinator who is relevant with the personnel that we currently have on staff. Don't say, oh, we missing this type of player, that type of player. We got them. Utilize those players. And the thing about it is, by utilizing those players, it makes it possible to draft what we need to draft instead of trying to fill it in. Now, keep in mind, we're possibly going to lose our offensive quarterbacks coach as well to the Miami Dolphins. Haley, who took the position with the Dolphins as the head coach, he has true familiarity with with the quarterback coach of the Cowboys. So we may also be in search of of a quarterbacks coach with the Cowboys. That's things that a lot of people didn't know. Now, the jobs that are available out there, as you guys know, the Raiders job is actually the most appealing job out there. And what we're going to do, we're going to talk about that when we get back after this commercial break and a chat with our sponsors. So I'll get back right to you in about another minute, maybe 45 seconds. See you soon.
Your dream home awaits. You've been dreaming of living in a desirable neighborhood with top-tier amenities such as playgrounds, dog parks, community centers, and state-of-the-art swimming pools, friendly neighbors, and so much more. Your first step is to contact me, a top-rated independent mortgage broker. Experienced guidance, quick, easy closings, and an average savings of $10,000 when you work with an independent mortgage broker. So what are you waiting on? It's time.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you need to upgrade your security detail. Call none other than Derrick Cheney himself. Not only from New York to Los Angeles, Vegas to Miami, Dallas to Houston, Derrick Cheney is here to upgrade you, protect you, and serve you with the most diligent protection service possible. Give Derrick Cheney a call today, and remember, tell Derrick that Derrick sent you. Okay, we're stepping into the new season. Customize your wardrobe by contacting Shell at Custom Pleasures. Whether you need a money bouquet, whether you need to personalize your clothing for a family reunion, church reunion, or a special event, maybe even Valentine's Day. Give Shell a call at Custom Pleasures today. And don't forget always to tell Shell that Derrick sent you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're ever bothered by sciatica pain, nerve tingling, pain in your bones and joints you didn't even know you had, migraines, can't sleep at night, hard to wake up in the morning, maybe you need a back alignment, contact Jalen Ferguson today over at Performance Well and Fitness and tell Jalen that Derrick sent you. It's a new year. Get your body aligned. And tell Jalen that Derrick sent you again. And hey, he travels from state to state, county to county, parish to parish. In other words, he's a top-notch chiropractor. Hey, Jalen, thanks for the work that you did on my back last week. Guys, let's talk about the coaching carousel. Well, with the Steelers, it's an available job. With the Dolphins, it's no longer a job. With the Atlanta Falcons, no longer a job. With the Arizona Cardinals, it's a job. Tennessee Titans, no longer a job. Buffalo Bills. You lost that job in Buffalo, sir. When you guys went for it at the end of the first half and did not take a knee, fumbled the ball, gave the other team an opportunity to put 3 more points up on the scoreboard. That's what caused Buffalo's head coach his job. Yes, Mr. Crabtree, Diggs is out of a job again. But just think of these teams that are available now that could pick up a Diggs. The Vegas Raiders. That is the most appealing head coaching job on the market. You get to open up the season with the #1 pick. Would it be Mendoza? You already got a running back, Stout, out of Boise State. You could come in with a new head coach, pick his quarterback, draft a top receiver in the second round. The possibilities of Vegas Raiders is the most appealing job in my eyesight. Now, we can take a look at Buffalo. I think Brian Daboll, the former coach of the New York Giants, I think he has a shoe-in possibly to go back because he's the one that created the Josh Allen that we see today. He's just not controllable with the current coach that he had. Now he's no longer there. The Baltimore job, the question is, who can coach Lamar Jackson? The Miami job, you got to find a quarterback. I don't think the Miami Dolphin fans are happy with Tua. In Atlanta, what are you going to do about a quarterback? Or are you going to Stefanski, or are you going to trade back into Cleveland and bring out Shador? You need a quarterback. Now, I know you're not going to go with Cousins. Reddick is hurt. See, those job possibilities you guys took, you're not really looking at the forefront. Harbaugh, you took a great job with the Giants. It's already laid out for you. You got a wide receiver. You got a quarterback. Nice, decent running back. All you got to do is draft now. That's the key thing with the Giants. Will you draft Love out of Notre Dame? See, guys, Cleveland Browns. Is Jim Schwartz going to get the job? But you got to look at it. Cleveland Browns have to deal with the return of Watson. Now you got Watson in the quarterback room along with Shador. Now America wants a quarterback battle. Go over to Arizona. No, the kid from Allen, Texas. He's not it. I don't think they want to rely on Jacoby Brissett to carry on. So these jobs are available for head coaches to step right in and possibly make a difference, which again, the Vegas Raiders job is the most appealing job. You got a defensive end who's ready to go. Your defense is all right. Your offense, you got a tight end. The best tight end, possibly young tight end in the game, Brock Bowers. You got him. You got the running back from Boise State. You're going to draft Mendoza. Somewhere down the line in the draft, you draft a receiver. That's why it makes that job more appealing, ladies and gentlemen. Now, with the Cowboys, let's talk about that. We have to rely on our draft position because everybody wants us to take Caleb Downs. Do you guys know who's in front of the Cowboys in the draft pecking order? The Tennessee Titans. Maybe the most appealing team to draft the Caleb Downs. The Cowboys not only got to give up 2 #1 picks, they got to give up the #1 pick from this year's draft, and they also got to give up the #1 pick possibly in next year's draft. And that's the thing about it. Are the Cowboys willing to give that? You have to give it up. If you want a Caleb Downs, or would Jerry flip the script and draft that monster out of Miami in Mr. Baines? You never know with Jerry Jones, because Caleb Downs is not only the best safety in the draft. And to be honest, guys, since you don't do your research like I know you don't, this draft is actually safety heavy. There's another safety out of the University of Toledo that possibly, if we draft the Bain, if we move up and draft Bain and sit back and wait on the kid out of Toledo, his name is Emmanuel McNeil Warren, 6'3", 209, fleet-footed, plays in the box. Giving you options to look at, guys. Will Jerry flip that switch and change things around? We'll never know. But to draft Caleb Downs, think about it. If the draft is safety heavy, we may could just flip that script and draft the rush end, the defensive end that the Cowboys really need. You just don't know. And the key thing is, what are we going to do with that second first round pick? You guys are worried about that first round draft pick. What are we going to do with that second first round draft pick? Hopefully the tackle out of Utah is still available. We need an offensive tackle. I don't care how you guys call it. Maybe you don't see it like I do. Because one thing is for sure and two things are for certain. This time last year, at the end of the season, I told America, Cowboy Nation, the weakest link of the Cowboys was the safety position. Nobody paid attention to me, Crabtree. I told you, Rodney. I told everybody the weakest spot of the Dallas Cowboys is the safety position. Now you guys want to address safety. But that goes to show of the name of my podcast. I told you so. But that's all neither here nor there. Again, this coaching carousel is going around the Cowboys, and the Cowboys got to find out, is a Raheem Morris going to get signed, picked up by a team? See, guys, there are options out there that nobody's talking about. Brian Flores, we can possibly hang that up. I look at Flores going to be the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. Raheem Morris is still out there. Guys, the defensive coordinator position is so key to the Cowboys because in the previous year of having a Matthew Eberflus cost the Dallas Cowboys, cost Dak Prescott a hell of a season. Can you agree? I pretty much think you do agree. Because if not, we wouldn't be sitting at home on the couch watching the rest of the playoffs. I'll be right back after this with my picks of the week. And I'll talk to you soon. Contact Jalen Ferguson over Alpha Performance and Wellness. Sciatica pain, neck pain, feet pain, joints, aches and pains that you never thought you had. Give Jalen a body real line. Tell Jalen that Derrick sent you.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Brooks, your mortgage broker. Whether you're looking to buy your first home, upgrade, or refinance, I make the process simple, fast, and stress-free. I have several lenders that I partner with. And what does that mean for you? Low rates, fast closings, and most importantly, someone who picks up the phone. I will be with you from pre-approval to closing. So contact me today. I'll be more than happy to help you get in your home. Number is 318-394-1406. Oh, and then I failed to mention, my average close time is 12 days. That's right, 12 days. You can be in your home in less than 2 weeks. Give me a call today.
You guys reach out to Shell Williams there at Custom Pleasures. Get your group T-shirts, your travel T-shirts from family vacations, family reunions to class reunions. Contact Custom Pleasures to customize your wardrobe today. And hey, tell Shell that Derrick sent you. Upgrade your security detail today by contacting Dedrick Cheney. From Vegas to Miami, Houston to Dallas, Dedrick leads to provide the best security detail possible. Give Dedrick a call to upgrade your security detail today, and don't forget to tell Dedrick that Derrick sent you. Yes, Rodney, the point is we got to be patient with this next defensive coordinator choice. Thing about it with the Cowboys, we don't need to throw rocks and hide our hands. I want to pick a defensive coordinator that actually want to win a game, that want to work with the offense, not scared to put pressure on that quarterback, realizing Dak Prescott is going to be in its 11th year. Father Time is ticking on Dak too. There's two things that always win you can't never defeat. That's Mother Nature and Father Time. And Father Time is not only on Dak Prescott's career, but also on the great man of Jerry Jones. Yeah, I say great man because Jerry Jones changed the NFL. Sponsorships are responsible, provided by Jerry Jones. Hanging a Nike banner inside of Irving Stadium. You guys don't give Jerry Jones the credit needed. Yeah, he's a goofball when it comes to being a GM, but he's a hellified businessman. But right now, Jerry, the decision to choose a defensive coordinator has to be an aggressive one. Because not having an aggressive defensive coordinator is the reason that the Dallas Cowboys are at home on the couch. Now, we're going to break it down. Here go our picks for the weekend. Championship weekend, and guess what? Them damn Cowboys are not in. Damn. First pick, we're going to go with the New England Patriots. Why? Because Denver is missing their quarterback. The Sean Payton system only works with certain types of quarterback. Jarrett Stidham is not that type of quarterback. Keep in mind, it's a quarterback winning world, and Denver is minus their leader. They're not going to be so good against the New England Patriots because the Patriots have brought back the old Patriot way. So, ladies and gentlemen, take the New England Patriots in the -4.5. And in the second game, the Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. A division battle. Hard nosed, or grind it out. But when it comes to grinding, you're going to need two running backs. Think about it. Seattle is down their running back, and the Rams are also down one of their running backs. Therefore, when you got a wide receiver by the name of Puka, who can do what he do, you're going to take those +3 points with the Rams as the underdog. And those are my picks of the week leading up to the Super Bowl. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, them Cowboys not in it. But I do have 4 words for you. Win or lose, rain, sleet, or storm. We're going to be Cowboys for life. And it's always going to be, how about them Cowboys? Keep your prayers up and your head up. We'll talk again next week.
Bugs on the mic, you know the show. Turn it up loud, let the whole world know. Straight out of Rustin, repping on the flow. Dallas Cowboys on my chest, let the star glow. Bugs got the podcast, speakers on blast. Talking about the game, every moment gon' last.